If you like the video, please consider supporting James Corp on Patreon. Hello everyone, and welcome back to week 5 of our Dungeon World game, The Golden Dawn, as it's called. That's the campaign. This is take 2.
Excited.
I am well excited that I'm having to do this again. As you can see, we're missing a face. We've got a new face. Monty's had a baby, so he's no longer available for the time being.
He's had a plate. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, he popped it out the other day during the weekend, over the weekend. We're going to go around and get people to introduce themselves and their characters. Then we're going to do a recap, and then we'll eventually get on with it. So this might be a very, this is going well, isn't it? This is all my fault. But yeah, okay. Mike, why don't you introduce yourself and your character, please?
Hello there, I am Michael Wayne, and my pronouns are he, she, they. I will be playing Moku, the Hungry Chef, barbarian bugbear, and pronouns he, him for my character.
Cameron.
Hello, I'm Cameron Harrison.
Hello.
My pronouns are he, him, and I am playing the female elven bard, Meliandra, and her pronouns are she and her.
Mr. J-Wall 7 said.
That's me, J7Z. I'm playing as Sir Tristwin Layasha. Pronouns for both myself and Tristwin are he, him. I'm a paladin. I never take my helmet off. Maybe people will find out this session. Maybe they won't. Probably won't. Not much more to say.
I'm James Corp. I'm the Games Master. I'm he, him. And I run a real tight ship here.
No links.
Bollocks. Right. It's been about 4 weeks. It's been about 4 weeks since we last played the game. Unfortunately, things have got in the way.
Monty popping out a baby.
Monty popped out a baby over the weekend, so if you tweet him, go tweet him like congratulations on giving birth. But yeah, J-Wall, can you remember much of what happened before?
So, what happened was we started out with a perilous journey.
Mm-hmm.
It was very perilous.
Yep.
And we ran into an army of goblins.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't see us, though. We didn't see us. But that didn't stop somebody, aka Bug, going up, sparring with one of them, killing them, getting a goblin girlfriend and her kid, and coming back with a whole wagon of supplies. Like, I don't know. I guess Bug's just so short that they just were like, it's just rolling away. They didn't even see it getting moved. But yeah, the goblins were roaming around to pillage. And being the paladin that Tristwin is, he believed he had to help out the poor farmers nearby. And he forced Shasta and Bug and Meliandra, who was too busy reading a book, to go help the farmers out. So he went to the farmers, and pretty much Shasta made them run for their lives. They did not need to run that bad. They are probably going to die on the way, but they're at harm's way here. Immediately after, though, conveniently enough, goblins did come for us and subsequently got wrecked, to put it very simply. After that, we went towards Barrow's Break, which I believe was our original destination.
No, you was.
I think between it.
I think you was using it as a stopping point anyway, just to like.
Just up to the location of Sanakar's temple, I believe, which is where we're going, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're at Barry's Break now, which is a kind of subterranean crypt city.
Yep.
I guess it's like cities built upon cities. And there is undead roaming everywhere, trying to break through. the Court Sunrise, conveniently enough, are here with us.
Yep.
Well, a lot of them have just gone out to deal with the goblins.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure they'll be back soon. I'm trying to keep my head down, as it's probably not good for them to know I'm here, especially. And yeah, we are staying at the inn, the Crypt Keeper, I believe. And we
Mhm.
also got our licenses to go dungeon delving.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's everything.
Cool. Yes. So, what does HF mean?
I think
Have
it's
fun.
What?
Have
Have
fun.
fun.
Oh.
I thought it was a typo.
So yeah. So Melandra, do you want to like, because you haven't been here, because you wasn't here in character, you can like roll about a new location, can't you, or something? What's your bardic bollocks?
Yes, I shall tell you in a second. My thing is, as an elf, when you enter an important location, your call, you can ask the GM for one fact from the history of that location. Could I please know the history of Barlow's Break, please?
Isn't it just
Barrows.
one fact? Is that not one fact?
One fact, yes. Can I please have a fact about
The history.
from the history of? Can I have one fact about the history of Barlow's Break, please?
There has been
Wrong
many.
direction. He's over there for you,
Who is? What?
Mike. Mike, he's over there for you. He's on the other side.
I don't understand. What? Anyway, so there has been many over the decades or centuries that this city's been here. There has been many wars over it.
Okay. And then I'm also gonna exploit the thing. It's the Bardic Law, I believe it's called. Yes, Bardic Law. When you first encounter an important cultural location, yes. And then choose an area of expertise, which was the grand histories of the known world. So I've got a roll for this, I think, or let me just click it. Oh no, you've and then I may ask any one question regarding to the grand histories of the known worlds involved
Okay.
in Barlow's Break. So you say that it's been fought over for many centuries.
Mm-hmm.
Why has so many wars been fought over it for many centuries?
For Barrow's Break is built upon.
Barrows, not Barlow's, my mistake.
Yeah, it's not Gary Barlow. Yeah, it's built on a. It's built. The city lies on a place of power.
Place of power. Okay. Would it be too much to ask for a bit of clarification, or would you consider that all I could get from that?
Deep within its bowels,
Right?
there is, yeah, sort of like if you. So basically, what this is where many like even yeah, like ley lines. You know when ley lines cross and stuff like that and things and other. So there's a point in this area where like I guess ley lines cross and other such things as well, and controlling it does like benefit the controller of the location. whether it's no one really knows what it does because it's obviously kept from the public. In fact, rather than me making it up, Melandra, why don't you tell me something about it?
Okay. So, okay, brain's working here. There are 24 points in the world that have a series of from which these concentrated forms of power form and are released, sort of like a magnetic arc, if you will. And the concentration of the magic within these areas is so strong that many believe that certain things that would be normally impossible are possible in these areas. A common thing is alchemy, in the sense of turning lead into gold, that sort of thing. Many believe that these areas contain extremely large deposits of magically enriched iron, which can help create powerful magical weapons. And these points are often have been known to be at one point the centers, if you will, of the first civilizations, which were the first civilizations formed in the many centuries before and millennia before our time, and have since collapsed into obscurity. Very little is known about them, and but it is believed that they became, to use a modern term, too big to fail. I'm taking notes. And as a result of this, the points are wanted for the knowledge that they have and the materials that they have and the power that they can possess. And Barrow's break happens to be the one here of the concentration of magical power.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to give you some information that Jay will probably, Sir Tristram already knows, but neither of you were here when we last did it. So basically, Barrow's Break, it isn't a massive sprawling city like across the land. It is, it's probably about half a mile, maybe a maximum of a mile around, but where it lacks in spread, it descends deep, and basically every now and then, not every now and then, but quite often there's is it incursions? Is that the right word I'm looking for?
Yes, it would be.
Where basically the dead rise up from underneath, and basically the way we described it is like the rich generally live like mid-level to top level, depending on like all the merchant-y people are probably mid-tier, mid-level of the city, because they're still that means they're still quite close to the bottom. Not that no one knows where the bottom is, because it just keeps going down. But the further down you go, the more like dangerous it gets. It's also known, I think it was also known as Hell's Gate or something, because people believe it could go all the way down to hell. This sort of like crypt thing, and the from rumours that they picked up last time is that the dead is definitely been more restless of late, and there's more incursions from the undead that sort of entire like lower levels being just completely overrun by the dead or the undead, sorry, and That's basically what Barrow's Break is, and because there's a lot of things down there that are like worth quite a bit of money, you have to get like a license to go down, and you have to join basically the Delvers Guild basically to go deep into it. I think we worked out a price for it as well. I can't remember where we put it. But anyway,
notes.
is it in the notes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
50 gold, I think, for a year, 10 for a month, 1 for a day
Okay.
per person.
Because I think Jester had all the gold,
Yeah.
so that will pass off to someone else now.
Mhm.
Bag of gold. But Moku, you overhear like them discussing basically heading down, delving into the deep. While you're in the tavern known as the Crypt Keeper.
I enjoy your tales, Crypt Keeper, but let me take a look. I'll be right back. I think I have a way to get some secret spices. Hello there. I hear you're traveling in? Or down, I believe, to the tunnels things. And you probably see like this big green, like furry creature that has like black for its facial features and kind of like the beans on hands and stuff like that, but have like this very like big chef's outfit that's stained red with a bombardier, a lot of kitchen tools on top.
How common are we saying bugbears are in this world?
I can give you a reason if you don't have one already.
Go on then.
Yeah, you tell us.
Okay, bugbears do exist, but they are very rare. They're just to the point that like most people, like when they see a bugbear, like, nah, that's just a hairy big guy. Most people just like they shrug it off as in that's not a bugbear, that's just some hairy guy, it couldn't be like. So they are about in the world, it's just no one really recognizes as that because they've been for the most part pushed aside, like they just kind of blend into the background.
So I imagine Meliandra probably has seen some. Tristran's probably seen none ever, and is amazed at what he's seeing. Like how tall are you?
I would think it like be about 2 meters high, about 6'5", 6'6".
So fairly tall.
Big bugbear.
Yeah. So Tristran is probably, I forget how tall I actually made Tristran, but Tristran's probably looking up at you in amazement. Like,
I don't even think I gave Mediandra a height. I'm just gonna roll that she's 5'7" and be like, oh. She's like, I like the idea that you've just come behind her and she's like, hang on, where's the light gone now? Oh, hello.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I get rid of your light? I'm sorry. I did not mean to.
it
Oh,
was
no,
probably already dimly lit here, and then it's just complete darkness as you go behind. Yeah, so
And so there came onto. Oh, hi. Stands up, still incredibly short. Wow, it's a bugbear. I've not seen one of your kind for a very long time.
That is reasonable. Most of my family live on an island.
Well, we've got a few where I'm from. They're very welcome people, very hard workers. How do you do? My name's Meliandra.
Hello there. I am Moku. And Moku kind of like hands this giant hand out. and probably like if Mandarin Artie, she has her hand out, Moku will just grab hold of it and kind of like do a giant shake.
As soon as like
Mhm.
Moku put his hand out, like I just like flinch a bit, like not expecting that. Like I've like Tristran's not paid attention at all to any conversation two of you have had. It's like I've just been looking at Moku constantly, like what?
Uh,
I've never
Um,
seen anything like this.
so Meliantra's got very dainty hands, sort of like what a Barbie doll has, in comparison. So it's like shaking hands with a baby with long fingers.
I guess, right. So this is my assumption. So because bugbears are usually probably tied to orcs, or is it goblins?
Goblins and
Goblins.
hobgoblins are that, and I would think hobgoblins tend to be kind of like the more smarter, kind of like
Mm.
they always out for kind of like a buck, kind of like wizards for the most part, of just kind of like how can I take advantage of situations, or marketeers, while goblins are probably more of like do the jobs no one really wants to. They are very lively, might work 2 or 3 jobs at the same time, and no one ever notices when one shows up and another leaves and replaces
Well,
them.
if they hang around with goblins, then there's probably one in the goblin that goblin horde. There's at least probably a few in that goblin horde.
Yeah.
I forget what it was called. What did we name it?
I think
The
they were
Green
just
Tide.
called. I think wasn't this one strictly just for Horde?
Yeah.
Yeah. There would probably at least be one, at least, because I would
Yeah.
think like the bugbears in general, they stand out of the three. That most part they kind of become isolated and part of the background.
Yeah.
Like, because in D&D, these are the very stealthy creatures, and if they look very weird, there might be this divide in society where the hobgoblins and the goblins would try to keep them away because the goblins and hobgoblins could blend into society, but the bugbears cannot because they just will either be stick out like a thumb within the hobgoblins and goblins and make the group a threat. So they're kind of like to the background, and why like they focus on bugbears in general focus on being stealthy is so that they do not be seen as a threat until they're needed to be.
Also, James, I've just remembered I just need to explain how I knew all the stuff about Barrow's
Yep.
Break.
Yep.
It's very simple. When Meliantra was but a child, in her early teens, she fell in love with a writer's work about the first civilizations, and it happened to mention Barrow's Break quite a bit. So that is how she knew about the first civilizations.
All right.
and
Cool.
all that. So after
Right.
Meliantra's been shaken around, she gives a chuckle and goes, "Well, I won't be needing my violin anytime soon. Um,
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I?
It's
I tried
perfectly
my
fine.
best. I'm sorry.
It's perfectly fine. Like I've said, you're not the first one I've met. But you are. I'm happy to say you said your name was Moku.
Yes,
That's a
Moku.
wonderful name. I've actually never heard a bugbear use that name. Are you from around this region?
No, most of my family and those of my village are much on an island. I have been journeying around, tasting your delicate deliciousness of dishes to find the perfect recipe.
That sounds interesting. Have you ever been to Ionite?
I might have. Is that the place where everything was on fire?
Not that I'm aware of.
Then I'm gonna go with a no.
I just casually give a glance to Sir Tristram, like, what's the cold sunrise up to? And then I remember that Sir Tristram said nothing and he goes, but where are my group's manners? This this, and I motion to Sir Tristram. This is Sir Tristram Leasha.
I'm still like gazing in amazement.
And Moku kind of like at the word of saying, at the word of sir, kind of like tries to bow down a bit, but it's awkward because Moku is a bit bigger, so can't really bow without.
You probably hit your
actually
head on the
hitting someone.
chandelier or something. I don't know. I know you're not that
Okay.
big.
No, I'm thinking like almost like to hit one of them, like so trying to just awkwardly
You
avoid hitting
bonk me on the
anyone
head.
while.
I like very shakily bow in return.
He doesn't speak much when he's deep in thought, or when he meets new people, or when he meets old people, or when he meets people who have mysteriously disappeared and then reappeared. He just doesn't talk.
That is okay.
And then the other
those
gr-
of
Sorry,
those of
yes.
yes, sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you, but those of few words often mean a lot when they do speak.
And the polar opposite of that is Bug. Bug?
Oh, he's disappeared somewhere.
Oh no.
He's
halfling's
probably
got-
off causing mischief.
That bloody. You know,
Bugs often do that.
yes, I do. You asked us what we were doing here. Is that correct?
Yes, it sounded like you might be going down into the tunnels and such, where I hear there might be some secret spices.
The first civilizations were known for their cooking
Some
skills.
spices.
Well, yes, it most likely has to do with some peppers that are being underground and thus have a different flavor to those above ground, with a different environment in which to grow with, oftentimes with some hydrogenic mashed potatoes. No, that's the dish you make the potatoes into. No, they have those mushrooms that glow nearby sometimes.
You've said all these words, and Tristwin's eyes are just like glazed over. Like Tristwin knows nothing about like cooking, about it, anything pretty much. And it just like his response to like you saying all that about possible spices and mushrooms and all that is just. I think the only heat that's going to be down there is holy fire on the undead.
Ooh, I've never tried that.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Perhaps, Sir Tristram, we should invite him to join us, seeing as the little shit buggered off.
I look around to see Jaster.
Jaster's
Where's
gone.
Jaster as
There's a
well?
bag of gold on the thing. I think he's
Bag
got
of gold, like
37 bags. I've got 37 gold.
there's just a scribbled note saying "Sword called me," and like
Yeah. Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much.
I did not even know he could write.
the sword wrote it.
It isn't.
Love you, Monty.
It isn't. It's just a It's a picture graph.
Well, we're down for two. Let's make it only down for one. Come on, cheer up, Tristram.
I'll pick up the gold
Oh, and his license is there as well.
and his licenses. Yeah. How much gold
Okay.
did Jaster have?
I think after,
37, apparently.
yeah, after buying your shit, you had 37 gold.
37. Can I carry that?
Its weight is
Yes.
free.
This weight is free.
Yep.
Okay, I'm at max.
No,
level.
it shouldn't be because it's every 100
Or is
gold.
it every? Okay.
I know. Bag of gold from Bug containing 376 coins. Can I show
Ah.
this?
Oh.
Hang on.
Oh, do we have both?
Yeah, bag of gold from Bug containing 376 coins.
So we
At
don't
least
have.
three.
Okay, so we don't have 37. We have 300.
Yes.
Okay.
376.
So I was looking at value. Oh no, it might have been 376. Yeah, it is 376. Just can't see it.
And what should the weight be free or?
Yes, because it's every 100 gold
Okay.
is weight 1.
Okay.
I forgot.
Do you
I
need
see.
help lifting that thing?
So that means he hasn't actually bought the licenses yet.
Oh,
I mean, I'll
that's
go
it.
and quickly grab us some licenses.
yes. Unbelievable, this bureaucracy.
What
So
is
what
this
was-
bureaucracy?
Were we saying a one entrance one was 1 gold each for just single entrance for a day, which I guess would be a single entrance
Yeah. Where is it?
session
Is
4.
this bureaucracy tasty?
Yeah, one. So it's a gold. So it's a gold for a day. It's 10 gold for a month, and then it's 50 gold for a year.
That's per person.
Yes.
Okay, I'll go up to the Delvers Guild and give them a free gold.
Are you only
And get us
buying?
our licenses.
Okay.
We all
Just-
need free.
Can you just buy 4 just in case?
Okay. I give over another gold. I'm like, just in case.
Bureaucracy is very bland and very tasteless, unfortunately. No amount of seasoning. In fact, seasoning makes it taste even worse.
How? How can seasoning make a thing worse?
Oh, trust me, it's very complicated, and any attempt to try and fix it is just going to make things worse.
Oh, this is a fertilized situation, isn't it?
Yes, it is full of shit.
Oh, so it's good for compost.
In a way, yes.
So I get back from buying the licenses. And I just hear
well-
you talking
well-
about composting.
Well, you buy the licenses. They spill out like they're like, if you die down there, we don't come down to
Terms of
retrieve
service.
you. Yeah. Your family can't take us to court over this, so on and so forth.
Dungeon
anything-
Vault.
Anything you find down there, to a certain value, you can keep for yourself.
What's the value?
Probably 100 gold
Who determines the price?
per person. The guild does.
Of course.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, how far along in the book am I?
How many pages does it have?
Probably a few hundred.
Are we talking like
Bible.
Lord of the Rings combined, or like how big?
Bible, that's a thick book. I've had a couple Bibles in my life. Those are thick books.
And it's small writing as well.
yeah.
Is it?
Uh-oh.
Give us a spout law roll.
Is it like
Melandra.
this?
Like what?
Or is
I
it
can't-
bigger?
Oh, it's bigger than that, Jay. Well,
This is 1,000 pages.
yeah, you're 1,000 pages. Yeah, give us a spout law roll. Let's see how much. We'll see how much you've done.
Eight.
Okay, you haven't finished it yet.
Okay.
Jim will tell you something interesting. Something new to make it useful. Triswin,
Hi.
tell us something interesting that Melandra's found in the book so far.
In the book.
Mm-hmm.
About anything.
Yes, relating to the Golden Dawn and its scriptures.
So, Meliandra has been looking in this book, and a lot of it's been quite boring. But she's getting through it. Who knows? I don't even know how far she is on it yet. I wouldn't even dare try and read it. She's a smart one. But she perked up when she saw something. There was a picture that resembled the breastplate I have.
Okay.
And it seems to tell of the effects of this breastplate.
Fuck you.
shouldn't give me that opportunity.
Okay, that's fine. That's good. Yeah, but it's on Melandra to make it work. Now I've got to fucking tell Melandra what it does. I still haven't
Hell yeah,
decided.
you do.
I still haven't decided yet.
You were like, I can't talk to anybody in Barrow's Break because the Quartz Sunrise are everywhere. So
Yeah, well, I got away with it.
it's in the book.
It's going to be something anti-undead, I think.
How useful.
It's going to be something like
Word,
Word. What?
like as in
Microsoft
Holy
Word.
Like
Yeah.
it's
Windows
on
Vista.
there.
It's clippy.
Like it's like the shield itself.
No, it's
or
breastplate.
armor.
Breastplate.
Yeah.
It's
It
just the
itself
breastplate. It
is
might even
Okay.
say
not
about
really
the other
that-
pieces.
Okay.
But once you put it on,
Okay. So what it does, Miss Melandra. So what it says it does is that it's believed to be the current head of the order would wear this ceremonial magic item as yeah. So it's like if you're the head of the order, it can cast it
Would it be like a turn undead?
it has a few things involved on it. First and foremost, it weighs nothing.
Nice.
It starts to glow when the dead are near, like the undead are near. And it can cast once per day type thing. It can basically explode in basically sunlight, casting like a
Like a
Radiant
golden
burst.
dawn.
like the dawn of like the rising sun over the horizon. It will basically destroy all undead wherever the light touches. It will destroy the undead.
Destroy.
What else does it do? This is sort of what I need to come up with it. But it can all so it basically detects undead, and it can basically destroy undead once per day, and it can also, the light of it is also very uncomfortable for the undead. So rules rise, J-Wall. I'll have to come up with that during the break. In fact, we'll probably
Do I
take a
have
break in a
forward
second.
against him or something?
Yes. I think no. I'll figure it out. We'll talk about it during the break.
Mhm.
So we're going to take a quick break, about 10 minutes, and we'll be back shortly. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't touch that dial. It is sort of sting, but not.